Yo, what's going on YouTube? What's going on everybody, man? Welcome back to the channel. How you guys doing today? Hopefully you're good out there. We're going to be tapping into this one. This is Gordon Lightfoot, going to be checking out Canadian Railroad Trilogy. Okay, this was been suggested a lot on my Gordon Lightfoot reactions. I've only have 2 up so far, so if you haven't checked those out, please check them out. But we're going to be diving into this one. I'm going to try to take a good clean listen. Hopefully I catch everything. If I miss it though, I will be diving into it a little bit afterwards, but I like to hopefully have my first listen be kind of clean and with not much knowledge going into it. I just want to kind of take the ride as most people would their first time hearing a song. So let's go ahead and jump into this one.
There was a time in this fair land when the railroad did not run, when the wild, majestic mountains stood alone against the sun. Long before the white man and long before the wheel, when the green, dark forest was too silent to be real. But time has no beginnings and the history has no bounds. As to this verdant country they came from all around. They sailed upon her waterways and they walked the forests tall, built the mines, the mills and the factories for the good of us all. And when the young man's fancy had turned into the spring, the railroad men grew restless for to hear the hammers ring. Their minds were overflowing with the visions of their day, with many a fortune won and lost and many a debt to pay. For they looked in the future and what did they see? They saw an iron road running from the sea to the sea, bringing the goods to a young growing land, all up from the seaboards and into their hands. Look away, said they, across this mighty land, from the eastern shore to the western strand. Bring the workers and bring up the rails. We gotta lay down the tracks and tear up the trails. Open their heart, let the lifeblood flow. Gotta get on our way, cause we're moving too slow. Bring in the workers and bring up the rails. We gotta lay down the tracks and tear up the trails. Open their heart, let the lifeblood flow. Gotta get on our way, cause we're moving too slow. Get on our way, cause we're moving too slow.
Okay, some history here, man.
Behind the blue Rockies, the sun is declining. The stars, they come stealing at the close of the day. Across the wide prairie, our loved ones lie sleeping. Beyond the dark oceans, in a place far away, we are the navvies who work upon the railway, swinging our hammers in the bright blazing sun, living on stew and drinking bad whiskey, mending our backs till the long days are done.
Man, something we didn't think about. I didn't think about.
We are the navvies who work upon the railway, swinging our hammers in the bright blazing sun. laying down track and building the bridges. Bending our backs, still the railroad is done.
A lot of them men had to be far from home, right? Doing this kind of work. Nobody to go home to. You lived where you worked.
So over the mountains and over the plains, into the Muskeg and into the rain, up the St. Lawrence all the way to Gaspé, swinging our hammers
everywhere they went,
and drawing up day, driving them in and tying them down, away to the bunkhouse and into the town. $1 a day and a place for my head, a drink to the living, a toast to the dead. Oh, the song of the future has been sung. Oh, the battles have been won. On the mountain tops we stand. Oh, the world at our command. We have opened up the soil with our teardrops and our toil. For there was a time in this fair land when the railroad did not run, when the wild majestic mountains stood alone against the sun. Long before the white man and long before the wheel, when the green dark forest was too silent to be real, when the green dark forest was too silent to be real, and many are the dead men.
Man,
too silent to be real.
dang. Well, with this one, I'm gonna assume this told me a lot of things that I didn't think about and didn't really know, but I'm gonna assume a lot of people probably died out there on these roadways, creating the railroads. So let's go ahead and do a little research here and see what we can find out. So this song, it seems, was released in 1967, recorded in 1966. The genre is folk, but right here I like this. While Lightfoot's song echoes the optimism of railroad age, it also chronicles the cost and sweat and blood of building an iron road running from sea to sea. The slow middle section of the song is especially poignant, vividly describing the efforts and sorrows of the nameless and forgotten whose manual labor actually built the railway. And I like that because that's where it kind of painted that vision for me, where he's talking about them drinking whiskey, getting $1 a day, having somewhere to rest their head, detailing everywhere that this track went. And when I started actually think about that in my head, I said, man, this railroad, you know, it's cutting through, sure, towns, but it's also going through very rural areas for long spans of distance. And you know, they didn't have the means of transportation. Obviously, they're building this mean of transportation, so they couldn't go home to their wives and kids every night. These people had to go out there, spend days, months, probably even years for some of them, away from anybody you loved, to work and to provide them a living. Like, actually crazy to think about that. Yeah, what that must have been like, because these are real people, they're real lives, just as real as you and I, who had to have this kind of experience, and this was their life, and this was their way. And man, it really puts things in perspective, you know, for those of people like me who just like, oh, you know, dread going to work every day, that, hey, I have it really good considered to the men and the women who sacrifice themselves for a lot of the things that we have today, right? So kind of puts in perspective, man. If I'm missing out on anything here, man, please feel free to inform me and fill me in on it. Another just a great storytelling song right here from Gordon Lightfoot. I really like this one a lot. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this song and this reaction. Really appreciate you guys making those suggestions. Thank you. Please keep them coming, man. If you like this one, please don't forget, like, subscribe, check out the description down below for other ways you can help the channel. And with that being said, I'm gone. See you guys on the next one. Peace.